Hey everyone, this is LocalALists, Tulsa's premier podcast, where we interview local successful people from many different backgrounds. We want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and now, on to the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to LocalALists. This is James.
And this is Steve Morales.
And we have the pleasure of having Gerald the Hurricane Harris with us this evening.
Be slurricane today. I'm sleepy as hell.
Man, I appreciate you making time for us tonight, Gerald.
Yes, really appreciate it. It is late on a Sunday, so Thanksgiving weekend too, so it makes it a little bit harder.
Pulled it off though. I actually picked this day, so
yes, you did. Yes, you did. But you're the busier one as far as traveling and stuff. Steven and I pretty well stay local all the time. So.
That's cool. Yeah, I do move around a lot.
So you are a UFC fighter, a personal trainer, a wrestling coach, and then a comedian on top of all of that.
Baby daddy.
And a baby daddy.
Husband.
6 kids this guy has.
Yeah. Everything except for Rich. I do a lot, man. All in stages. I've always been a father since I was 19. My first son was born when I was 20, but that's when everything kicked off. I just had to start working. I actually dropped out of graduate school to take care of my first son.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Started teaching, and it just, everything progressed. That's how I got into fighting, and I fought for 8 years, and I retired, and right back to teaching. So, but I've been doing comedy since I was 19 years old. And
so how old are you right now?
I'm 36.
36, 17, so 17 years doing this now?
17 years, man. So
that's awesome.
I've been putting on events since I was 16. First party I threw, I was 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, that was actually my 17th birthday party. I threw a huge party. I mean, it was like one of the biggest parties. It was like, what that movie, the X movie, Project X or something?
Oh, yeah.
It was literally like that.
Nice.
It was like the most hood party ever. But
So where was this? Where did you throw this party? Your parents' house?
All right. Disclaimer on the legal part.
Yeah.
You know, Ramada Inn. I won't say
20
which
years
Ramada
ago,
Inn.
so I think you're good.
I was literally banned.
Nice.
How do you get banned from a hotel at 16? Like, that's bad. So,
Whenever you weren't even supposed to be able to
Wasn't
legally
even
rent
supposed
a
to
room.
Yeah.
in my cousin's name.
There you go. Perfect. And you are originally from Tulsa?
Born and raised, man. Born and raised.
And then Stephen was telling me that you graduated though.
Cleveland State
University?
Cleveland State University. Graduated 2000.
Talk about that.
I have no idea how I graduated. I'm not going to lie.
Well, but did you do it online or did you actually go to?
No, Cleveland State's a Division I university. I wrestled there.
Okay.
I actually got inducted in the Hall of Fame, class of 2013.
Wow.
I signed to Oklahoma University and couldn't afford it. In Cleveland State, I went to a national tournament and did really well, and they picked me up.
So you got a full ride.
Full ride except for books, which is pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
Man, I was in the hood too. Not really in the hood, but it was in the greatest neighborhood. Had roaches in the house. Mom was working 2 jobs. Stepdaddy strung out on drugs. Like, I had it rough. People don't understand that. And for me to go to a Division I college, it was crazy.
Okay.
So when I got there, like, I was living off ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I was happy as hell. You know what I mean? Like, people were complaining. I was like, man, I wasn't spoiled. So I love college, man. And I never skipped class, though. That was one thing I never did. I wasn't the brightest student, severe ADHD, but I never skipped class, and that's why I passed.
Complete opposite of me.
Yeah.
I don't think that I ever
Well, you
made
can
it
make
to
up for it with your brains. I had no room for skipping.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't know me that well, man. You don't know me that
If
well.
I skipped, I graduated with a 2.5.0.
Nice.
So
That's graduating, though.
just hard work, man, honestly. And that helped me get the jobs that I wanted. 2.5 is like the minimum.
Right.
The fraternity I joined, you had to have a 2.5. Like, it was good. So
what was the fraternity?
Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Actually lived in a frat house for a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll talk about that off record.
Yeah, okay. We don't want to go into too much detail, get you in trouble, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But you did graduate with your bachelor's in history, correct?
I got a BA in history, and I was working on my master's degree in public administration. I've always wanted to run a nonprofit organization, and that was what I was working on. But, my son's mom was like, look, we need, you got to work, because she had been taking care of him the whole time. And the agreement was once I graduated, I'll help them out. And I did. I moved to Florida and started teaching, and they had hit with all them hurricanes. So, I'm moving back to Oklahoma. And that's when all the MMA started. So, making $7 an hour.
Oh, wow.
I was doing. I was
and because of the wrestling background, I mean,
it made an easier transition.
Yeah.
So I would just fight guys that couldn't wrestle. That was the matchup.
Yeah.
You could kick, punch, whatever you want, but as long as you didn't know how to wrestle, I was cool.
And the record is 16-3-0, right? At least that was UFC.com. This is where we found.
Oh no, I retired at 21 and 5. I lost. My last loss was he's in the UFC now. Josh Berkman, really tough fight. Tore my MCL in the first round though.
Oh,
and, I was hurting really bad, and he was just a really tough guy. And before that, my last loss was the UFC when I lost to Falcao. But I ended up 21 and 5. My last win was over Jorge Santiago, who was super tough, who I was extremely terrified of because he whooped my ass at practice. We trained together.
Okay.
He beat the hell out of me. Yeah. And I knew he was going to take the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? Like, he had a great first impression of me. And it's kind of awkward when I work out with people. I kind of let him beat me up. But I didn't really he was going to do it regardless.
Yeah.
But I learned everything in that session. I knew what he was going to do in the fight. I told my coach. We watched video, and the fight went just how I wanted to. I actually slammed him and KO'd him.
Yeah.
And started pounding on him, and the referee took away a point for him grabbing the cage.
Oh, no.
And let him get up and recover. I was like, I want the knockout. Like,
I had
who
him.
does that? And so it was a crazy fight. It's on YouTube.
Oh, wow. I need to check that out. I actually was at the cryo spa at 91st and Yale the other day, and I ran into one of your friends, Randy Blake.
Oh, I love Boom Boom, man. Boom Boom. Is that the freezing thing? Like,
they always put you in the
posting
cold
pictures
chamber.
online. I'm like the most scariest dude. I'm scared to take aspirin. I'm not getting in no freezing thing.
Yeah, it's
I watch
cold,
too many
man.
scary. I'm thinking I'm gonna freeze. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Too much sci-fi. Yeah, like I'm like stupid.
No, Randy.
You'll laugh and I'll be dead serious. Like I don't want to freeze to death.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes, man. It's really
not doing it.
Yeah,
I
it's
watch
too
too many
long.
movies, man. Yeah,
I mean, your nips are like.
And you have to
solid
strip
when
down
they
too,
come
by
out
the
of
way. Like
nah, man, I couldn't imagine.
I actually didn't understand the lady whenever she brought me in there. She was like, "Okay, I need you to strip down." And then
butt naked?
Yeah, well, you just got your drawers on, and then they put gloves on you and little booties. And she said, and then once you're down, you
what does
go
it
ahead
do?
It's 280 degrees below zero. For 90
273
seconds.
or something
For
like that.
what?
It's supposed to do.
It causes a inflammatory
man, we do that in the hood
response.
with no heat. I don't need no cryo spa.
It's like an
go to my aunt's house in Turley in December, and it'll be negative 280.
But even on a genetic level, it's supposed to create cold stress proteins.
There's
things
just
like
a whole
that.
bunch
So there's
of
a whole
It
bunch
helped
of
my stress. I was stressing out. We didn't have no heat.
Well, I was really
we had
stressed.
the oven open.
I was really stressed whenever the girl came back in and I was standing there butt naked and just had my drawers on, and she was like, "No, you're supposed to get in first before you let me come back in the room." And I was like, "Don't act like you weren't happy."
Yeah. I'm like, hey, it's cold. It's cold. It's real cold in here.
I was just embarrassed. But yeah, Randy said that you are a very, very tough sparring partner. He had nothing but good things to say about
He's
you.
cool. I mean, he probably took it a little. I was kickboxing with him, and I'm not a kickboxer, so.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up.
Hood boxing, that's what you call it. I said, hey, I'm gonna fight you real damn hard. That's what I'm about to do. No, I try to be a good partner for everybody. I'll take some lumps in training because with Randy, I'm a southpaw and I had to go orthodox, and it's awkward for me. So I'll take a butt kicking. I don't care. I like helping guys out.
Some people listening may not know that southpaw means that you're left-handed.
I fight left-handed. That means my right leg's forward, and 90% of people who fight with the left leg forward.
Okay.
It's almost like a writing style. You very rarely see college students with their left hand on a desk.
Yeah.
They had to actually accommodate that or either give kids scholarships for being left-handed.
Oh, wow.
The desk didn't accommodate left-handed students.
No kidding.
Yeah, so.
That's pretty cool.
But I'm not left-handed. I'm actually a right-handed southpaw like, what's his name? Oscar De La Hoya.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like my power hand out front, and that was my wrestling stance, right leg forward. So I didn't know how to punch anyway when I started. I threw like 9 punches in like 3 years. Like, I mean, when you got to the ground, I beat you to death. Like,
Yeah, right.
I was Ali on the ground. Like, I was throwing jabs on the ground.
Well, I've noticed that people that are predominantly strikers, they have a tendency to overkill.
Yeah,
and I saw that one highlight on SportsCenter where you slam the guy, you pick him up and you slam him.
Yeah.
It's like you knew straight away. You like went to hit him and you were like, that dude's out.
You know what's crazy, man? Honestly, I'm just a super nice guy. But I'm in the zone when I'm fighting. And even when I do comedy, I'm on the stage and it's like I black out almost. It's like an out-of-body experience. Last Sunday, I just did an hour on the stage. That's the longest I've ever done.
And that was at the Looney Bin?
No, it was at the Greenwood Cultural Center. Looney Bin couldn't hold me. I had almost 600 people in Greenwood Cultural Center.
Yeah, I was there. That was a phenomenal show, by the way.
I blacked out, like literally that show. I just went into a zone. And in that fight, I was fighting the guy, and I picked the guy up, and I go, and this is all like in my little zone. I go boom, and I slam him, and when I come up, and it's natural, I'm coming to caveman him in the nose, and I heard the audience woke me up. It was like, That's how it felt. Just like the movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, where am I? Like it was that I never forget that moment. Naturally I was going pop.
Oh yeah. You were reared back.
But as I came up, the crowd got louder and it woke me up. If you watch it, I go and I pause and I go, like I'm almost in shock and I jump up like so.
That's awesome.
But it was good.
Now I have to ask everybody because I am a hardcore Ronda Rousey fan.
Oh yeah.
So did you see the fight?
No, I don't watch fighting that much. It's crazy. I always I don't have cable at home. That helps. But,
I don't either.
Facebook has
cable kills me, man. It's just the prices change, and I like to call in and give them hell in customer service.
Sure.
But I just only watch when my friends fight.
Okay.
I'll tune in. I fought so long that I want to say I got tired of it. But you very rarely see like NFL players with an NFL pass. You know what I mean?
like watching it.
They'll watch their boys play. Anyway, I predicted that either Holm was going to stick and move and beat her, by decision. I didn't think she was going to knock her out because she didn't really have a lot of knockouts in her previous outings. And then Ronda would either take her down, tap her out, which was easy guess. If I guessed, Ronda would have got her to the ground and tapped her out.
That's what I thought.
But I told everybody, I said, this girl can beat her. She's not scared. She's been fighting for a long time. And she has great training partners. So she did it,
Did anybody else watch the Jimmy Fallon clip with her, by the way?
Where she...
Oh, God, yeah.
She totally predicted her exactly how she would be beat.
Yeah. And everybody does it because if somebody fights me, they'll stop the takedown, try to strike with me, whatever. Which didn't work for me because I was knocking people out. So it's kind of hard to fight me. But with her, she was a little one-dimensional. Striking's always been her weakness. I just don't like how people try to pick her apart when she loses.
Right.
Because she's the greatest fighter ever. She's this and that. And as soon as she loses, you need to work on your striking. Shut up. We knew that. We've been knowing that since day one.
Knew that.
And she knew that. You're not telling Ronda anything she doesn't. She knew she wasn't a better striker. But this is the problem. And I wish she would have stuck to her grappling more. And
that's what it looked like to me, that she just got horrible coaching in the corner.
There's nothing to prove in MMA. Nothing.
Right.
I love GSP. He don't give a damn what you say. Right. He's not going to stand. He's like, look, I can stand with you or I can take you down.
Yeah.
Whichever one works best for me. He's not going to stand with somebody to prove everybody a point.
Sure.
Because if something bad happens, they're going to turn their backs on you like that. And that's with any sport,
Yeah, absolutely.
You try to play. Look at football. 2 seconds left in the game. You try a trick play, you make it, you're the most creative coach in the world. What happens when it messes up? You're a dumbass, right?
Yeah. What the hell was that?
You idiot. Yeah. That's why I don't
Go with the smart play.
Somebody said something perfect, and sportscasters, they need to stick by their word because they never take credit. Oh, I was wrong, man. No, you need to, because they're so adamant about, Rashad Evans, he sucks. He needs to retire. And then Rashad knocks somebody out. You know what? That's a great comeback. But no, remember what you said, 3 days ago? These sportscasters, they need to stick by their word.
They don't eat crow.
At all. They can say what they want. They don't have to back it up, and they can change their mind.
Kind of like politicians.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. So Donald Trump, don't even start. I'm a government teacher. A lot of people don't know that I teach government.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
So I go in on him all the time. I can't believe. Oh my God! Don't start.
This is Tulsa, man, and I think predominantly.
It's a Democratic state. I know. It's a Republican state. I'm sorry, but it's just something different. But
with him being the forerunner,
Obama's got to be bad. He's not. It's a popularity contest right now.
Right.
He's not going to win. If he does, I'm moving back to Africa, man. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't. That guy's a joke, man. He doesn't know anything about politics. He knows how to make money, and that's about it. But he's gonna get us in trouble, man. ISIS is no joke. He's messing with the Mexicans, and
you think he'll pop off and say something, and somebody's gonna retaliate?
I'm moving. Man, hell no. I'm not.
He says a lot of crazy stuff, man.
He does, man, and he's putting our people in danger. I don't want him to say something that gets us into another war, and then we're sending troops over there because his big ass mouth. So I just think it's stupid. If people don't understand how government works, president has to go through Congress, so everything he wants to do has to go through. He's not the man. He doesn't just push.
I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast all the time, and one thing he always constantly says is that, whenever somebody's a good fighter and they're really trained and they're really skilled, you never see that guy running their head like in a bar or anything like that. They have no reason to pop off. Like never. No reason. They're very diplomatic. You bump into them, they're like, hey, man, no problem. They don't ever.
It's the ones that have stuff to fear that are all. Yeah. I mean, it happens to me every once in a while. Somebody will bump into me and give me a sideways look, and I'm like, hey, I'm fine. I don't.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah.
Not just because I can kill somebody with my bare hands, but the fact that you don't know who you're talking to. This guy may be just as tough as me, have weapons, have friends,
exactly,
land a lucky punch.
exactly. And that's the point: is that whenever you've been through it and you're skilled in that, specifically in combat, and you understand, like, then you're not going to be one of those people.
Given the chance, I could really hurt somebody.
Sure,
but in a street fight, anything can happen. I watch too much World Star, so I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be on World.
I get hooked on that. There's some nights,
dude, he's out. Like, oh my god, there's no
some nights I'm
referees.
sitting there like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, what's this clip? And then
you can't. Don't ever turn on the little compilations. It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No,
just watching it. I'm just like, oh, why'd he do that? Oh, stop.
Normally you can predict. Oh, he's going down. He's going. Oh, I told you. I was hands down.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I took the MoveNat Combatives course, and I mean, that's what we learned about was, I mean, if it's a street fight and somebody's out to kill you, there's no rules.
No rules.
And we watched some clips, and what's funny, and this was the main point of the certification, we'd watch it, and like this dude would get just beat up. And you're sitting there, you're like, because you feel for the guy getting beat up, and then our instructor,
I just
Vic.
hate the extra punches, like, dudes sleep, and it's just like,
crushing their face.
And there's always like one guy like, okay.
Look,
he's dead.
Yeah, look, you know I'm on your side, bro, but you gotta stop, man.
Yeah.
And the guy's just like, Like, oh man.
The worst is when they do that, they stiffen up.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Well, you know what cracks me up is people come up to me all the time. It's so annoying. If you're listening right now, don't do this. They say, I want to be a fighter. I'll give them suggestions on where to join gym. They want me to train them. I'm not training anybody. I'll say, hey, this is the best gym for your size and where you want to go. I'll tell people, go to Apollo's, go here. No, man, I want you to train me. I'm like, all right, do you got any kind of background? No, man, I just, what I'm saying? I'll be fighting in the streets, cuz. I'm like, no, man, that ain't the same. Get kicked. Let me kick your leg real quick. Leg kicks are horrible. I hate leg kicks.
Right.
I hate leg kicks with a passion. I hate leg kicks more than anything.
It's right there on the sciatica.
Yeah,
right
inside, outside. Or it's not there. It'll kick my leg so hard. I looked for it. I thought it was gone. Like, oh my God, he kicked the hell out of my leg.
Was that when you tore your MCL?
No, that was Berkman did that damn Josh. I hate that. That should be illegal. That John Jones kick.
Oh,
that one to the knee.
Yeah.
Right.
It just tore it all up, man. And
dang, it's rough.
Yeah, I don't. I hate leg kicks. Like literally, I mean,
they're brutal.
I would come back if you couldn't leg kick me. I would come back out of retirement.
Yeah. So wait, well, why did you retire?
Because I broke my hand for the third time. And
oh, really?
World Series, no, nothing against them. It was one person that got on my nerves. But World Series of fighting I couldn't fight once a year, man. I was 33. I was like, dude, I need a fight. They gave me the Jake Shields fight, took it away, gave it to somebody else. They gave me the Ryan Ford fight, gave it away. These are contracts I signed. And then they gave me the Paul Horace fight. I'm training for it. I'm ready. Then they took that away and gave him a title shot. And I was like, man, I'm done. That's when I retired. A lot of people don't know that story.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So it had nothing to do with, and not helping that I broke my hand for the third time and all that. But 3 training camps and 3 canceled fights. And so.
And do they have any, do they have to pay,
no, they literally gave the fight to somebody else. No. Well, you know what? The guy that ran the World Series of Fighting, that's why I don't talk bad about him as a company. He actually gave me some money to hold me off. I said, look, dude, I haven't fought in 9 months. Like, what do you, I can't live off the money that I made in that fight because I paid out 40% of it, and then I paid taxes, blah, blah, whatever. He's like, all right, they gave me a little money to get by. And then they canceled 2 more fights after that. I was like, this is some bull. So.
And you have to dedicate yourself, I mean, for the most part, 100% to that.
That's all I was doing at the time. I wasn't working. I was just fighting. I'll say this. I can't think of his name. It's so sad. What's his name? The guy, he actually fought once. I can't. Big guy. I can't think of his name. He fought on a card. He's one of the owners.
Okay.
I can't think of his name. It'll come to me in a little bit. Greatest, one of the greatest owners and managers I've ever been around. I'm having a brain freeze right now. But the nicest guy, most honest guy in the world, and he was really good. And I told him I wanted to retire, and he agreed. He didn't mind. But me and the other guy, we didn't get along at all. So. Yeah, it didn't go too well. But retirement worked out great. I have a real job now. I got health insurance, dental insurance, business insurance. The kids got insurance.
All that stuff works out well.
Yeah, I got all my vacations, school, I love teaching, man. The kids, I'm in class and they're looking up fights. It's funny as hell. Yeah, yo, Miss here, look at him. Whoa, look slam. I'm like, oh.
So where do you teach now?
I can't say.
Okay.
Legally, I can't say, but I love it. I can say that.
No problem.
So
that's no problem. Do you feel like, because it seems like you're picking up a lot of momentum in comedy, and you've been doing it for 16 years. Do you feel like that's something that you want to do full time? Like, is this the
that's my passion.
The end game?
I don't like fighting at all. I did an interview. They thought I was kidding when I got in the UFC, and they laughed so hard. I said, I hate fighting. I do not like being locked in the cage with another dude trying to knock me out. I'm not mean. I got a mean streak in me. Like, if you piss me off, I'm not a fighter, man. I'm a competitor. And you put me in there in soccer, I'm going to play the hell out of it. Like, I would really try to play you in the World Cup. Like, if you put me in the World Cup, I would train like a monster. Even though I'm the worst dude on the team, that's just how I am. I knew that fighting was my best chance. It wasn't football, it wasn't basketball. Wrestling, take people down, punch them, get paid real quick. And I use it. It helped me where I am now. I'm in here doing this interview. You guys know who I am. I have people, I'm still signing autographs. I mean, people are just, it's crazy. And that's going to propel my comedy. Just the fact that one day I'll be known as this UFC fighter that's doing comedy. And I do wish I would have stuck around the UFC longer because they would have actually got to see the double life I was living, doing stand-up comedy and being a fighter. Nobody was doing that, And when they saw me on stage, like, they were like, no way that you are that good. And I never, because I won't tell people. I don't even tell people I do comedy. They have to, like, show up at the comedy club and catch me on stage and be like, yo, I didn't know you did that. And it's my passion. Like, literally, if you took me to the comedy club right now and put me on stage, I do an hour, like, with no problem. Write down 50 things I'll talk about them. I love comedy, man. So
that's fantastic.
So it just grew into and you were doing UFC and all that, but at any point were you just going and doing open mics and stuff like that at the same time?
When I was fighting, I stopped doing comedy for about 5 years, maybe. I had to take a break. I was all fighting, and that's how I am. I had to do. I didn't have time for nothing else.
Yeah.
Once it got serious, after I lost to Benji Raddick, I quit everything. Benji knocked me down, TKO. I had a single-legged uppercut me. I went down, and by the time I recovered, he would have highlighted me. Thank God the referee jumped in because he was about to blast me. And that's the only time I ever got TKO in the fight, and he changed my whole career. I actually moved to train with him in Oregon, and that's my career took off. I got on the Ultimate Fighter a year after that. I got on the Ultimate Fighter, gosh, maybe 6 months of full training. Like,
oh, wow.
Literally.
Nice.
I moved to Oregon in August or September, and I was on Ultimate Fighter in January. It was 4 months. 4 months of training, man.
That's cool.
I didn't know how to fight at all when I got on there, but look where I got me. It took me 2 years to earn. All I needed to do was learn how to punch. And they knew I had power because I went in the gym and I was hitting the bag, and they was like, yo, man, you hit hard. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right.
And they taught me how to punch, and that was it. I was knocking people out, man. So
that's awesome.
So retired now, doing the school teacher thing. You want to transition into doing comedy full time. You did record. Is this going to be like a DVD thing that you're going to like produce and put out there?
It's big. It's going to be a big deal. Now here's a catch. I didn't think about it. I have to go to my job, human resources, and be like, you guys want to look at this DVD? Because it's always one parent. They're going, So I'm going to go. I got to go to my lawyer. I have a lawyer. And so I don't lose my job over it. I didn't say anything that was sexist, racist. I mean, I said some things that were controversial, but true about myself, about my life, about my family. But you just have to be careful nowadays. So much social media, so much internet.
Sure.
Before I put a DVD out, because it's not clean. You were there, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Not clean at all.
Well, that's what I couldn't find anything but clean stuff whenever I was coming into this.
Because I deleted everything.
Okay.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, and I was kind of like, I was nervous coming into it because I was like, man, I know this guy's talking about his pastor and his church, and he's very clean. And
hell no, man.
Brian,
he knows.
I was like sitting down with Brian Regan, and I'm normally listening to Joey Diaz, so it's like,
no, man, it was raw and uncut. I grew up on Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Robin Harris. I mean, oh my God, what's his name? Red Fox.
Oh yeah,
one of the dirtiest ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so,
and super racist.
Yeah, everything. Back then it didn't count. I got to sneeze.
Go for it. Yeah. And I was listening to whenever I heard. I guess you went through a time, and we're gonna have to cut all of that out.
Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't hit the mic, right?
That's okay. No, you
don't keep it, man. Let my allergies represent. Shout out to all the people with allergies out there.
Yeah.
Is that the
in
dog?
Oklahoma?
Is that the dog, man?
No, that's why I keep my eyes. It's just allergies general.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, I feel bad for you now.
Oh, I'll sneeze again, so you can keep it, man. It's entertainment.
Let it roll.
Yeah.
No, I was listening. I was trying to find some stuff, and I was just like, man, I don't know what we're going to be able to talk about.
I took everything off because of teaching.
Okay.
Really?
So I left the church stuff up there and the clean stuff. I had a bunch of prank calls on there. I used to do parodies. I do cartoons and you ever seen Ninja Turtles? But the other word, I used to do that with He-Man and like, oh, dude, I used to go in, but I had to take all that stuff off, man. I used to do this prank phone call, my favorite one ever. I did this one in college, and I've always been known as improv comic, like on the spot.
Yeah.
So we used to do prank phone calls in college. Like we're sitting around now, all my boys was in the room, and I'd be on a mic, not like with all this stuff, but I had a headset on and a mic. And it was a thing back then. It wasn't Skype, but it was like some call thing. In Yahoo, you could just type in a name.
Yeah.
And it'll show phone numbers, address, right? So I used to do this prank. I hope they're not listening. I'm going to go to jail. I used to do this prank. So we just call Alabama by the highway. And I do this prank and I call and they say, hello. And just out of nowhere, I go, oh, hello, ma'am. And it's like, yeah, this is Officer Johnson. And we had a prison bus flip over. You live off Highway 123, right? And they're like, yeah. There's a prison bus coming your way. There's about 40 prisoners coming, rapists, murderers. And they'd be like, oh my God, let me get my husband. And I just be feeding into it. And like, oh man, I would do that to people all the time. I called one day, told him I was going to shoot his dog. He was mad as hell. I just heard a dog barking in the background. I was like, tell your dog, shut the hell up. I'm going to shoot it. He's like, you ain't going to shoot my dog. So, yeah, we used to prank call people all the time.
And so you had to take all that off.
I took everything
off.
I have it. I downloaded it, but
yeah,
I took it off.
Is there? Will it ever be a time whenever everybody's gonna get the
HR approves? I'm good.
You're gonna get the raw.
Next interview be awkward as hell. Be back to $7 an hour. Man, time is rough, man. It's gonna be that DVD. I'm telling you, a lot of people. I've been doing comedy for a long time. I've headlined plenty of times. It took me years to do that, but it took me 2 years of just meetings and notes. And I mean, I was writing jokes all up to the week before. Right. I had to stop. So I was like, all right. Now I traveled. I went to Omuggy. I went to Claremore. I went to Muskogee. I went to all these little towns and did those jokes bits at a time.
Yeah.
25 minutes here, 20 minutes. And some of them hit, and the ones that didn't, I took them out. Mm-hmm. And I kept all the good stuff. And then that night, it's just everything I was just on, man. So
and I'm gonna attest to the fact that I love comedy and I've been to a ton of amazing shows, and that was the quality of the joke, everything. Like you're up there with all the people I've seen before.
Man, I worked my butt. I've had shows where I did okay. You know, I can go up there and joke around and make it, but I wanted that. When I seen people falling out their seats, that was my goal. And I want people going home, because I've been watching comedy for a long time. I want people going home talking about it. Like,
we did, by the way.
They are still saying you just want some damn attention. And that's part of the jokes. Once you see the DVD, that stuff that you can say at work, or that's what I've always wanted.
My favorite joke, by the way, and it's hard for me. It's hard for me to act it out, but it was a UFC one where you're talking about role playing with your wife.
I can kind of.
And I love that one, but it's harder because I'll tell somebody in person. I was like, you had to be there because the animation that you did with it was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty. I do a joke about. I can kind of talk about it. Yeah, people. I was like, yeah, Eddie Murphy did it the best, and he said, "Don't go to work trying to tell my joke." But people do it all the time. It was about my wife. It wasn't the truth. It was partially. It's exaggeration in the joke. But we went and watched Randy Boom Boom fight. She told, and she just kept talking. I was like, shut the hell up about Boom Boom. Like, what the hell? So that's where the joke came from. And I was like, oh, she want me to be rough with her in bed.
Okay.
And I kind of acted it out on I actually bent the
Did you bend the
microphone stand?
Nice.
Yeah. So you got to get the DVD. It's coming out. He give you a little time. No, I'm saying 2016.
You literally bent it over.
Yeah, I did. It was bent. Anyway, you get the DVD, you'll laugh. So.
What do you feel like right now is and you've kind of obviously you've looked at the material, you know your set inside and out. What right now do you feel like is probably the most controversial joke you've got?
Oh gosh, I can't say it right now. I just say it's the noise that happens when you're having sex, and I kind of mimicked it. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there.
I went and
it's happened to everybody.
We went.
That noise.
I know you through one of my clients. Trains with you.
Who's
right,
that?
Lynette Hudson.
Oh, Lynette's awesome.
Yeah. So I train her husband Joel, and he invited me to a show. We thought it was going to be you. It turned out to be 3 comics from OKC versus 3 Tulsa comics.
Oh yeah, that was my last show at the Looney Bin.
Yeah,
I actually fell out with the Looney Bin. I'm not gonna say why. Because the Looney Bin in general, they're fine. I just certain people I don't deal with.
It was very apparent that night.
Yeah,
Is that the last? Is the Looney Bin the last comedy club in Tulsa? That's
there's the Comedy Parlor downtown.
okay.
There's everybody's. I'm actually starting an open mic in January.
Okay, where at?
Manhattan on Brookside. So
cool.
I keep my open mics clean
In January.
I'm the best cusser in Tulsa.
Okay.
But open mic, I just get tired of hearing cuss words. You know?
Yeah.
Well, because open micers, it's not very. They're not graceful.
Yeah,
they're not graceful with it. They add too many. What is it they always say is that you're hitting the fuck button too much.
Yeah, you know what, and you have to be able to shift. My pastor comes to all my shows, and the first time he came, I kind of held back. And I was still funny, but he said, look, when you come to my church, I'm not going to change for you. He said, when I come to your show, don't change. I said, all right.
That's cool.
You know what you just said, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
I went in the next show. So
Right. No, that's
he
cool.
just told me to be myself. You know, I got saved. And just because I curse doesn't make me a bad person.
Yeah.
So my thing, like I said, with my job is just cover my own tail. I don't want to just throw the DVD out there and then a parent comes in.
Yeah.
At least I come in there and go, hey, go watch this and come back. And then they'll say, hey, you might want to, and then I'll see what they say. But
right.
Yeah. So I went to that show and it's funny. I can't remember who the other MC was.
Oh, it was Eric Dean.
Yeah. You
Eric
can
Dean.
tell that you guys have been doing it for a
Eric
while.
Dean's
There's some
the
people
man.
that show up as like, it just almost seemed like
you got to
was
see
like,
the behind the scenes when Eric Dean gives his speech. And I was nervous, man. My heart's jumping out my chest. I'm back to shadow boxing. I'm hearing the people laugh, and I'm like, it's intermission.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you're next. And I'm like, man, like, damn, all this work is coming down. And we're all having heart to heart and talking to each other. And he goes, hey, he just said some beautiful words. And he goes, every time I MC for you, you performed awesome and got a knockout. And it's something like, go out there. And I was like, oh, let me on stage.
I got you on
So,
top.
yeah, I was like, play my song. I'm ready. And once Eric Dean said that, I swear, that broke the ice. And I stepped on that stage, and it was done. Everything it flowed. So
yeah, it flowed amazing. And the reason I brought up the first time I saw you doing MC for the Tulsa vs. OKC show is the problem with the music.
Oh God!
And then you had a problem with yours again. I thought it was.
Yeah, we had
I
a
started
guest
crying
DJ that night.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed her, man.
Oh,
I
you
killed her.
really
Yeah.
went off.
She
man,
did
it
bad.
was so
No,
funny.
you have to be nice, but yeah, that DJ on my DVD has never ever messed up.
Really?
Not one time ever. But his
I
problem
guess
was
that's why you get them.
my little brother was behind him yelling at him. Now, and he didn't know. He was like, me and my DJ, we on one page.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
He has never messed up. He has been so on point. But it was actually funnier
It
that he
was
messed
so
up.
funny. Yeah,
And people thought it was part of the joke. I said, no, you just got to keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
So I had a great time. The DJ Ed, shout out to DJ Ed, man. DVD coming out 2016.
We're definitely gonna pitch your stuff, man.
No, it's all
but let's
good.
go ahead. I mean, now's as good a time as any. If somebody wants to get a hold of your material,
Don't.
do you have a website?
I'm kidding. HurricaneComedy.com. There's nothing on there, but the DVD will be on there soon. I got to do a bunch of copyright and a bunch of stuff.
Do you have a release date for it yet?
Not yet. They're working on it, and they keep calling me like they're like, we're watching. They're cracking up, making the DVD, so that's good. I'm more excited about the behind the scenes. We went to the barbershop. He interviewed my family. You know,
Yeah.
It took me an hour to shake hands. I literally tried to shake and hug everybody that
We
left
thought
our
it was a
building.
magic trick because we're leaving, and
I
he
ran
was
around to the front.
Yeah, he was at the front shaking everybody's hand as left, and we're like,
I
we were
went
trying
out
to
the
figure out
side
how.
door.
Okay, we were trying to figure out how you got there.
And it was a line literally from the door all the way inside the building. And it was just like you at the fair. And I said, I'm blessed this night. I can't let everybody leave. I need to shake y'all hands, you know?
All of our guests have been popular, but we definitely have had a unique amount of people like Gerald's awesome. Like whenever we posted that on the Local A-List Facebook page that we were going to be interviewing you, people are definitely, they like you, man.
I try not to ruffle feathers, you know. When I was in my heyday, you know, I had other women. I'm just playing. Y'all cut that part out.
Yeah, no. Your wife's
some guys didn't like me, but
she's not gonna make it this far into this podcast.
She
She won't care.
Oh, she'll zoom through. She'll
Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah, but everything's on hurricanecomedy.com.
Okay, so it's all there.
Yeah,
Links
I'll
up to
give
all
them
your
like 10
social media.
links. Yeah, hurricanecomedy.com. It'll have my Facebook link, my Twitter, my Instagram.
Okay.
And they're all connected. So when I post something, it goes to all.
Do you have some audio on iTunes or anything like that?
No, nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
The teachings hold me back, man.
Okay,
I can't do
got
anything.
you. Yeah.
So I barely got the job. So I'm kind of trying to keep.
No,
probably my DVD part come out in June when school's out.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm a professional now. I love it. It's crazy. I make 10 times less than I did in the UFC, and I'm living a lot better now.
Oh, that's great.
I live in an apartment. It's 3 bedrooms. It's pretty big though. Nice apartment. I used to live, man. When I was in the UFC, I was in a big old house, man. Like the biggest house on the block. I was MC Hammer, man. For real. I was MC Hammer. So, but no, I manage my money a lot better. My life's a lot better. That was my hope. I love teaching. I love talking to kids, but just career-wise, it's consistent. It's a real job. It's a career. It's something I enjoy doing. And comedy is good, but right now it's not paying.
Sure.
It pays good. I mean, that night I packed that place out.
Right.
But I get booked. I get called. I get jobs. $1,000 here, $500, whatever. And it's great, but it's not consistent. It's not reliable. Okay. So teaching is great.
Do you have dates lined up?
I'm pretty booked up. I had to do a show last night in Muskogee, but I couldn't. I was in Houston. Next year is gonna be looking really good. I'm doing a tour in the summer, maybe like a 12-city tour. I'm working on it now. It's me. You saw those guys that performed that night.
Yeah.
The big guy, Vellyville, and my little brother. We're doing a show called Three Brothers. And we're all Harrises. Well, we're all related pretty much. But they're big, I'm little. So they're huge, like they're big. But we're going to all do this. We got the idea from actually George Lopez and those guys are doing the show with Cedric Entertainer, Eddie Griffin, Charlie Murphy, and somebody else. Oh, D.L. Hughley.
Mm-hmm.
We got the idea from that. Say, hey, well, I'll do like 20, 25 minutes on the stage. And just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do next summer. So, and I'm going to L.A. with Adam Hunter and Rampage Jackson. I'm not name dropping. These are my friends. And I'm sleeping on one of their couches. And Adam's going to take me to L.A. and do some auditions, some stand-up, and I just need to get my name out there. So,
have you headline, or not headline, but open for anybody?
Yeah, I opened up for Corey Holcomb. That was fun. I did 15 minutes. I don't mind opening up with people, but it doesn't really do much for you. It's good for your resume. But the main thing is just networking, man. You can open up for everybody. You'll just be an opener,
Yeah.
Right.
And openers are always fun. It's easy to do. I can do 10 minutes right now. Like literally stand up and do 10 minutes.
I would say
do 45 minutes to an hour. That's when you're
Do you think it's harder as an opener because you got 10 minutes to come out there?
Easier, way easier.
Yeah.
You don't open act, nothing compared to.
Yeah.
What's hard is second, third, or fourth. Because the people before you either killed it or sucked. So I always like going. I do an amateur night at this one little spot on Sheridan. It's in the hood, man. People smoking, throwing stuff at you. And I just go on the stage and I'm like second and I just rip it. Like no jokes. Just what you looking at? And just go in on them,
Oh, you do crowd work?
Oh, I love it. And they love it too because you have to be strategic. You got to judge your body language. And they enjoy it. It's fun, man. I love comedy.
I listened to a lot of those comedy podcasts and they always talk about how it's worse following somebody who who eats shit on stage than it is following somebody who
it's
destroys.
Called bringing them back.
Yeah. Because the crowd is just dead.
Now it's a double-edged sword. If you follow somebody that kills it, now the bar is up here.
Right.
So your first joke's got to be like, the best thing to do is be like, give it up for that guy. He was good, huh? And cater to his jokes and work your way. But if you go up there and just be like, yeah, two guys walk in the bar, they don't want to hear that. And you got to know your audience. My show, I went to amateur night to practice material for that show.
Yeah.
I never did one joke for that show because it was in the hood. I mean, it was in the hood. Like literally, people were sitting at the bar. I could touch them on the shoulder while they were watching the Thunder play. They were shooting pool. People were walking in right by the stage, and I catered to that. I talked to the people at the bar. They were dying laughing. I was making fun of each person at the bar. And as people came in, I would like mimic what they were thinking as they came in. And the people the whole place shut down while I was on the stage. And the new comics go, how did you do that? Because what happens is when you go up there for that, you got about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to go, I mean, he ain't talking about nothing, man.
Yeah.
And then they're up there just talking, yeah, my wife. And they're just, and then you hear people, shut up, man, get off the stage, Don't quit your day job.
Right.
You got to cater to your audience, man. I've been in the hood. I've been to Richmond's. I've been to the Improv. I've been everywhere. And it, nothing prepares you better than the hood. I can tell you the first time I performed, this lady said, "You better be funny, motherfucker." That's what she told me. I said, "Damn, bitch, I ain't even told a joke yet." I mean, that's how I started. Yeah. So, and that was at a college. Yeah, in the hood.
That was at a college.
That was at a junior college.
Wait, you brought up
that was the
you said you got booed off.
Yeah, I know. That was a principal. The hell?
You said you got booed off stage.
Oh God, yeah.
What was that?
Man, I went to Ohio State. I'll never forget it, man. I got booed so hard I cried. No lie, it hurt.
Yeah,
It hurt.
It
It was like a ball kick, like naked. So, what happened was
this is like on your experience there.
This is to a comic. I'm 22, 23 years old. This is like the big chance, right?
Yeah.
I was 22. Ohio State University, Black Heritage Festival, 10,000 people, man. Beanie Siegel, this one Beanie Siegel was hot.
Yeah.
You remember when the East Coast was killing back in the early 2000s? Rockefeller?
Yeah.
This is a Rockefeller concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Rockefeller's in the back. I'm like, I'm finna kill it. So they got all these dancers and singers and rappers and people just like, whatever, waiting for Beanie Siegel to come out. We got a comedian. I mean, you couldn't even hear my name and I came on the stage and I was like, what up? They was like, boo. I mean, they said some stuff I can't even say on this mic. Right. I mean, they was calling me everything. So I did one joke and it didn't hit. It sucked. And then there was they booed even harder, right? Well, boy, I got it on tape actually. It'll never be on YouTube. So I look at this guy in the front row. This one, Both Thugs and Harmony was big.
Yeah.
And I said, look at this broke motherfucker right here. Looking like a broke-ass Bone Thugs and Harmony. You cartilage, bitch. You bone marrow. And everybody bust out laughing. And I took off running. That was my last joke. Yeah, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a guy in the front with an afro. And people laugh to this day. They're like, you the one that did that Bone Thugs joke. I called him bone marrow or something. That's cartilage. And yeah, it was good. But no, I mean, they booed the hell out of me.
Oh, man.
My favorite one, and I still listen to it randomly, is the Bill Burr when he bombed. Was it in Boston or Philly?
He does not care, though.
He was up there. He ripped them for
when he was
20,
going hard
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And he slowly started
New York? It was in New York, right?
No, it was like Boston or Philly.
Yeah, he was going hard on the town, though.
Yeah, he said that he hopes everybody gets AIDS on the way back to their car.
Pissed.
He was pissed.
What he had to do his time to get paid.
Yeah. And he was counting down the minutes because he'd go 10 minutes. Yeah. And then he would count it all the way down, minute by minute.
Until he left.
And I listened to a podcast where he was doing an interview talking about it. He said people don't realize the backstory. Like the dude before that, his parents came out to see the show. Mm-hmm. And they booed so hard he left crying.
Wait a minute. They booed their own kid?
No. The crowd. Yeah, the parents.
I was like, damn, terrible. You suck, son.
Go back to school.
Move out.
No, the crowd booed this guy, and he's from like LA or something like that. And he comes out, and his parents flew out to see him.
It hurts, man.
Yeah, and he's crying backstage, and he comes out there, and he started to, and it happened to him, and he just lost it. And I was like, to this day, I don't know why that is. One of my favorite things to listen to. Yeah.
Now I'm going to Google it because I haven't seen
it.
You have it?
I'm not kidding.
And it was on Opie and Anthony.
Getting booed is almost like asking a prom date at a pep rally with a microphone and she say, hell no. That's what it feel like. Yeah. And kick you in your nuts.
Right afterwards.
You're miserable and there's an audience.
Because you know what? Once you start, I study Bill Burr and a lot of comics. It's not about not caring. Once you start to, and that's going to sound weird, once you start to not care about making them laugh is when you start doing good.
Yeah.
If you care, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because you're too emotional up there. And if they don't laugh, you go, oh,
you're insecure.
They don't laugh. I'll be like, all right, my bad. Scratch that from the list. And I'll keep going.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I Am Comic. If you've seen that documentary, it's a great documentary on it. One of my favorite parts, because Louis C.K. is one of my favorite comedians.
Louis C.K. is a beast, man.
Yeah, he's a beast. And just talking about, I mean, you are there to tell your joke and say your bit, and the audience just kind of happens to be there, is what he was saying. Yeah. And it doesn't really matter if they're for you or against you. It both is good. But he talked about his act. You got to bring him on your
side. You got to bring him in.
He talked about his act. He said it's like folding a samurai sword. Talking about workshopping this comedy. He said if my closer kills, I'll bump it to the front and I'll take the worst piece and bump it to the end. So it has to be
you got to come out strong. When I travel and I go to an audience that doesn't know me, I do my best joke first.
Okay.
Because that's how you set the tone, you know?
Yeah.
But you can just coast. Like that show, my birthday show, I did an hour. I literally panicked at the end because my brother, he gives me my signals on the side. He has like colors, and we just do this weird thing where I know which joke is next and I know where I'm at in the show. So it gave me my little 5-minute sign. And I was like, oh crap, I've only done about 20 minutes. I was having so much fun on the stage. I didn't know it was an hour. He let me know I was at an hour. I was like, damn, but I didn't know that. I said, oh damn, I'm at my last joke. He was busy. He telling me wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because I was at the end of my material. And the way I close that up, I talk about my cousin coming out as gay during Thanksgiving and my grandma's funeral.
So funny.
In my grandma's funeral, my cousin raps. You know, it's just this. And when he said, I got scared because I thought I had only did like 25 minutes. He said, bro, when I gave you that sign, you was at 59 minutes. I said, damn. So,
wow.
And I mean, I was in the zone, man. So
that's awesome.
Now, when you're not funny, it feels like 45 minutes. And it's like 3.
Yeah.
It's lonely up there. It's lonely. So.
Thanks for listening to part 1 of our interview with Gerald the Hurricane Harris. Check back next week for part 2, where we talk more in depth about his comedy career. We want to thank everybody who's been listening so far. This has been a huge success, and if you guys like or don't like what you have been listening to so far, let us know. You can do that at facebook.com/LocalALists, or you can just leave us a review on iTunes. That helps us out a lot.